still here with Satoshi, and we're going to show you how a Bitcoin gas transaction goes.
Before Bitcoin would dominate as one of the most popular search terms on Google for 2017, with everyone asking what on earth is a Bitcoin?
I'm Eric Finman, and I am one of the youngest Bitcoin millionaires in the world.
Before Bitcoin would birth a new breed of millionaires and billionaires, including the Winklevoss twins, who you remember from the Facebook movie.
Bitcoin billionaire, spending money like I don't care.
Before Bitcoin would branch off into other cryptocurrencies, including Litecoin, Ethereum, and over 1,000 others. Before popular online personalities would post their thoughts on Bitcoin, including Ty Lopez, Philip DeFranco, Jack Films, and Pontiac made DDG.
I don't know what to do at this point, guys. I'm going broke.
Before this happened,
it claims a man in New York City was arrested after making $1 million. How? Passing Chuck E. Cheese coins off as Bitcoins.
Sadly, that was a fake news story that went viral. Hilarious headline, but fake. I almost wish it were true. Now, Bitcoin has been coined, no pun intended, the most exciting technology since the internet. And for those early investors who became almost accidental millionaires, I'd assume they're pretty excited. Now, if you're like me and you're new to investments, you're probably looking for some answers on how to cash in on this new currency. I'll try and do just that for you in this video. But to be real with you, its origin and its creator are shrouded in mystery. No one knows who or what happened to the man who invented Bitcoin. My hunch is that he ran off like the Monopoly Man before coming anywhere near landing on prison.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCrudden, documenting the creation and rise in popularity of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, here for you on Before They're Famous. Now, right out the gate, I need to tell you guys that I am no financial advisor, and at the time of this recording, I have no money invested in any cryptocurrencies. Although people have been telling me for months, and now seeing the recent growth, I really do have my regrets. Anywho, invest your money as you please. I'm just here to inform and entertain. Now let's jump into this video. Come to think of it, the guy who actually tipped me off on it was McJuggernuggets. At least some good came from working with him.
Fuck off! Hey, yo, get the— I'm calling the cops! What the fuck is that? No, this is ridiculous! Come here!
No good ever came.
This is a shrouded buck. When you have done something good, you will receive 1 shrouded buck.
What is the cash value of a shrouded buck?
Excellent question, Pam. 1/100th of a cent.
The domain name Bitcoin.org was first registered on August 18, 2008, making Bitcoin a Leo. How fitting. The term Bitcoin was then introduced to the world in a published paper shared in October of 2008 titled Bitcoin Peer-to-Peer Electronic Cash System. The document was authored by a mystery man, Satoshi Nakamoto. More on him in just a second. What he proposed didn't fall on deaf ears, as it was during the most uncertain time in all of banking history.
It was the worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
The New York Stock Exchange had collapsed, and people were looking for safe and secure alternatives to manage their money without third-party involvement. From 1998 to 2009, there had been previous attempts to create decentralized digital currencies, including Bitgold and B-Money, but these failed to become fully developed and without flaws. The published article posted by Mr. Nakamoto offered a solution through what he detailed as the blockchain, where a public record of every coin's movement is published across the entire network. He also made sure that no coin or transaction could be doubled up. His findings were shared via a mailing list amongst cryptographers. Now, these are people who study codes, writing codes, solving codes, and even those who manipulate codes. So who is this guy Satoshi Nakamoto? Still to this day, no one knows. No, like for real, the dude only existed through coding, online forums, and email between 2009 and 2011. There was no one in the coding community with his name, and he used an email address and website that were untraceable. There were a few hints he claimed to be a 36-year-old Japanese man, and said that he had spent more than a year writing the software. He also wrote in impeccable English and voiced his concerns with the corruption in today's banking systems. Other than that, there is no other way to figure out who exactly Satoshi Nakamoto is, or was. Or yeah. Anyway, After going public with his ideas for Bitcoin, he then got to work on the coding and released the first version of his software in 2009, where he invited other software developers to help him improve the code and to start mining. Satoshi mined the first 50 Bitcoins, and embedded in the Coinbase of this block was the text, "The Times 03 January 2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks." He needed to insert an original code in the first 50, known as the Genesis Bitcoin, because they had no previous placement on the blockchain. Now you might be asking me, what is mining? Let me try and explain. It is the process in which new Bitcoins are created through the use of computer CPUs to solve complex mathematical equations, creating a unique identity for each coin created, and all these transactions are recorded and verified on the blockchain. Now, miners started out mining with what computers they were working with, but soon a new wave entered the market with high-speed CPUs, which would mine faster and faster, earning them more and more Bitcoin. Through 2009 and early 2010, Bitcoins had no value at all. And for the first 6 months after they started trading in April of 2010, the value of one Bitcoin stayed below 14 cents. Then in the summer of 2010, it began to gain traction, and a rising demand for a limited supply caused the price online to start moving upwards. By early November, it surged to 36 cents before settling down to around 29 cents. In February of 2011, it hit $1.06 before settling down at roughly 87 cents.
Very good. You have earned one shrouded.
In December of 2010, Bitcoiners had started to rally to have WikiLeaks accept Bitcoin donations. Uncharacteristically, Satoshi Nakamoto, well, he voiced his opinion stating, "No, don't bring it on. The project needs to grow gradually so the software can be strengthened along the way. I make this appeal to WikiLeaks not to try to use Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a small beta community in its infancy. You would not stand to get more than pocket change, and the heat you would bring would likely destroy us at this stage." It was in 2010 that a man by the name of Laszlo Hayes completed the first sale of Bitcoins in the real world, trading 10,000 coins for 2 pizzas. Now some sources say they were from Papa John's, and others cite Domino's. I'm not sure. The pizzas were quoted at $41 at the time of the transaction. Today they would be worth more than, take it away, Ty Lopez.
$170 million.
From early April to the end of May 2011, the going rate for a Bitcoin rose from 86 cents to $8.89. It soon became the only form of payment accepted on the website Silk Road. On this website, one could buy drugs, guns, women, or even a hitman, all anonymously. The website's link to Bitcoin only further grew its popularity, and then the currency tripled in a week, soaring to about 27 bucks. Early adapters were flabbergasted at the returns they were making on their investment. One of them, who goes by the name of The Real Plato, well, he decided to make vlogs about his life traveling across America, spending nothing but Bitcoins.
Yeah, there you go. Oh wow, 2 gallons. Alright. That's about 50 miles. Yep, $8. That's about 3/4 of Bitcoin right now.
But it wasn't all good news for early investors, with Bitcoins growing and then crashing and then growing again. Soon the US government had made up its mind to shut down Silk Road, and through association, Bitcoin was catching a bad rap. It was around this time that Satoshi Nakamoto vanished from the face of the internet. He had stopped coding, posting, and responding to emails, allowing the Bitcoin empire to operate on its own. But by now, he was well able to walk away, as Bitcoin had taken on a life of its own. He is estimated to own just under 1 million Bitcoins, which at the time of this recording would be over $19.4 billion, making him the 44th richest man in the world. Wherever the hell he is. In 2011, other cryptocurrencies began popping up. These are sometimes known as altcoin, and generally try to improve on the original Bitcoin design by offering greater speed, anonymity, I can't say that word. And there's some other advantages. Now, among the first to emerge were Namecoin and Litecoin. Currently, there are over 1,000 cryptocurrencies in circulation, with new ones frequently appearing. By now, Bitcoin wasn't just for cryptographers or internet gurus, it was becoming a term discussed in mainstream media. Check out this episode of The Good Wife from 2012.
While dollar bills are traded through a bank, Bitcoin is traded peer-to-peer.
See, Mom? Pretty colors. Fun, right?
Thanks, Zach.
Wouldn't mind calling her the bad wife. You know what I mean?
You got no respect for women? Don't you dare.
ever.
In 2013, Bitcoin reached $1,000 for the first time, but the victory was short-lived and the price quickly began to decline and then plummeted to around $300. Bitcoin would face more scandal in January of 2014 when the world's largest Bitcoin exchange, Mt. Gox, went offline, and the owners of 850,000 Bitcoins never saw their coins again. Okay, they physically never actually got to see any coins, but the money was gone. Anyway, someone walked away with this hull, which at the time was valued at $450 million, and at today's prices, well, them missing coins, they'd be something more like $4.4 billion. With investors weary of the security in Bitcoin, this allowed alt currencies an opportunity to get ahead with Ethereum, becoming the hot new investment, and the genius behind this one was no mystery. Well, except for his age.
And a generalized blockchain with a built-in programming language, allowing people to use the blockchain for any kind of decentralized application that they want to create.
That kid is only 23 years old, his IQ is 257, and his net worth is over $1 billion. Easy. Alright, let's get back to Bitcoin. In 2015, Newsweek held a 2-month investigation and then decided to reveal to the world that they had located Satoshi Nakamoto. His name, Dorian S. Nakamoto, a 64-year-old family man living outside Los Angeles.
The main reason I'm here is to clear my name that I have nothing to do with Bitcoin. That's not me. I never communicated with Bitcoins.
It was soon realized that this wasn't the man, and Newsweek retracted their story big time. In early 2017, we saw Bitcoin shoot through at $1,000, and at the end of the year, it's floating around $20,000. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, I'm no financial advisor, so do with this information as you please. As for the rest of the story, well, I'm wrapping this thing up because I got a few friends who are in the Bitcoin game, and I really miss this boat. So I'm gonna go call them right now. Hopefully McJuggernaut gets picks up. I don't think he will.
I'll give you $1 billion Stanley Nickels if you never talk to me again.
What's the ratio of Stanley Nickels to Shrewd Bucks?
The same as the ratio of unicorns to leprechauns.
Okay,